Now that the literal fire is out, I can start recording. Hello. Well, I've just spent an incredible 3 days in Amalfi Coast, and I didn't even plan on spending any time here. And I wouldn't have changed my decision for anything. The whole thing was perfect. So now, today, I will have 5 hours riding to a castle town in the middle of Tuscany as a pit stop, which has been recommended to me by Julia. And tomorrow I will have another 5 hours, but that will lead me to Lake Como. This is very funny because actually I never planned on going to Amalfi or to Lake Como because, I don't know, I guess I thought they were too touristy, too expensive, but I think it really depends on how you decide to do it. In Amalfi I stayed about 40 minutes at the top of the mountain, and then you just take like these beautiful winding roads all the way down to the coast, and no one lives on the coast anyways. So I have stayed in the place where people live, and the beautiful vineyards and B&Bs, and it's just a really beautiful experience. Lake Como, I found a pretty inexpensive place to stay, so that will be fun. Decided that I will no longer go to Slovenia. I think it's it's so far out of the way at this point where I would really need to speed around, and I think after the last week I've just not been feeling like that's the thing that I want to do. So I will speed for the next 2 days, and then the rest of the trip will be pretty easy pace, I think. So yeah, I've gone through a complete redesign and I'm pretty excited about it. I'll be going to some pretty amazing places, and the rest of the trip is sort of formatted more for motorcycle riding as the highlight, because in Italy it's mostly been toll roads and highways, and so it's been a little bit of an unpleasant experience riding here, but the second half of this trip will be scenic, amazing riding. Although Amalfi has given me a lot of that, it's a very distinct flavor. So I'm excited. I'm excited to keep moving. I'm excited to sort of head over the apex of this adventure. Despite me changing most of my plans, I do not regret it at all. In fact, I'm very pleased with my decisions. I think the price of the purchase was well worth it. Yeah, I'm excited to move. So I guess I'll see you on the road. Today is a lot of this. A lot of highway riding. Busy highway riding. You really just have to go in the river. That's okay, we're in business. All right. I still have 3 hours left to ride today, but I need to do a little maintenance. So, in the last village, I purchased some chain cleaner and lubricant. So, I have such a hard time doing this. Oh. Before I catch a bunch of slack from all of you mean boys out there, there are entire subreddits dedicated to the pain in the ass that getting the Himalayan on the center stand is. So if I get one single comment that says, just put your foot on it and shift the weight back, I'm gonna lose it. Unsubscribe now. I'm sorry, that was aggressive, but I think it's probably just designed longer so that you can do it easier off-road, but doing it on a flat surface is difficult. I did, after years of riding it, figure out a better technique, but we'll get to that.
hot. But I really need to do it, so I need to harness the energy. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it sucks so bad. We'll find another area. This. Okay. But where? But where? All right. See if we can do it here. And if I can't, then someone possibly will help me. There's a man walking by, but I don't think it's clear that I need help quite yet. 1, 2. So stupid. 1. Okay. Oh my God.
Also, for the record, I don't have trouble putting any other bikes on the stand. It's just this one.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just doing it without it. Like, yes, I understand that, like, men think that if you can't put a bike on a center stand, then I probably shouldn't be riding a bike. But there's a lot of things men can't do, and no one fucking gets upset at them about it, so. Fuck them. Not everyone can be as kind as Vittorio, I suppose. Look, another man that was sitting there watching me. More embarrassing for them than it is for me. Imagine being the kind of person who sees someone struggling, physically especially, and doesn't stop to help. Imagine that. Imagine being that person. It would only take them 10 seconds to just ask if I needed something. Not that it wasn't completely fucking obvious. I think this is about all the clean we're gonna get. It's gonna have to do pretty dirty, to be honest. Dirtier than I've made it, for sure. I don't think it's been cleaned in a while. Yet another man watching me. How many men can watch me do this, do you think? They can help me go on a date, buy a drink, do anything, but the moment I need actual help, nowhere to be found. What are you gonna do, you know? Oh, could you? I just need to grease the chain, and it's so much difficult without the Thank you so much. No problem. Oh, look at that, an Englishman, not an Italian note. Okay. Okay, here we go. I think we're... Okay. We're done. 30 minutes later. Should be right.
I knew this day was gonna be rough because it was just long, hot highway riding. But after spending about an hour trying to take care of my maintenance, I got on the toll road and it was immediately traffic. So I ended up splitting lanes for maybe another 2 hours, which For anyone who knows what is like splitting lanes at high speeds, it sucks a lot.
Okay, everything was going pretty good, except now I am lost. I went on the wrong exit. My navigation turned me around, but then I messed up again. And now I really have no idea where I am.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it. This is the most ratchet I've ever looked in my life, and you get to enjoy it.
Please, please, please let me not make any more mistakes. It's so hot. Of course, it's like the GPS is just having a really hard time figuring out where exactly I am. I need to go towards, I think I need to go left. I think, was I on, but maybe I am. We're gonna give it a go. It just sucks because every time I f*** up, I have to go through like a toll booth. All right, let's give it a go. This is the frustrating part about having long riding days. You really can't afford to mess up. Alright, we're gonna try. We're just gonna go through here again and really hope that my GPS picks me back up, because it is very hard to figure out without it. Like I think I've made the right choice, because the GPS begins a bit further up this road. It says that I need to exit, but I think it's because it has no idea where I am. Okay, okay, it picked me up. I am going towards Florence. Okay, here we go, let's not fuck this up. E45. Okay, turning. This is good. This is a good sign. See how many roads there are on the map? There's so many. Like, they go underneath each other and over the top and on the sides, so it's hard to know if you're on the exact right one. Doing this before GPS would have been a nightmare. Now that the literal fire is out, I can start recording. So I got lost, right? Got off in the wrong exit twice. Finally got back on track, but I smelled something funny when I went through the toll booths both times. One time there was a man working there and he didn't say anything. But I thought it was weird that I smelled it both times. And I just pulled into a service station 35 kilometers later, and yeah, one of my bags was completely melted on the tailpipe. So when I pulled into the service station, everyone's like, "You're on fire!"
And then they poured water all over me.
Now, all of my clothes have holes in them. Well, all of my pants. So now I have only one side bag. I have to keep the other melted one on just for leverage. And yeah, the whole service station again was involved.
Although most of them just stood around smoking cigarettes while they watched me put out my molten ball of belongings.
But makeup bag, all of my pants, my shirts were okay, but almost a major emergency. Okay. Fuck. So now this is what I'm dealing with, this very large situation, which I will have to figure out because that is not going to work for the rest of the trip. No use of this saddlebag, but I have to keep it so that it keeps the other side clipped on, but I'm a little uneven on weight. God, I feel so stupid. What a stupid thing to do. I mean, I have no idea how long it was like that. It certainly wasn't like it when I left this morning, but probably for a long time. All we can do is keep going, even though right now I really don't feel like it. 1 hour, 42 minutes. to the hotel. And all I have to do is not f up for the rest of the day. I thought putting diesel in was gonna be the worst of my problems, but this one's up there. It looks all right. Oh, I just feel so stupid. You never really see any videos, like motorcycle vlogging videos about these sorts of mistakes. They have to happen. I can't be the only one, you know? I can't be the only one. It's just impossible.
So all in all, it probably took me about 6 hours to get to Montepulciano. I arrived with most of my belongings, some of my dignity, and 100% exhaustion. Now, I want you to listen to what I'm about to tell you very carefully. When you go on your big motorcycle trip in Italy, double check on that parking situation at your hotel, especially if you're staying in a castle. Now, I didn't always mean to book a room in a castle. I sort of just opened up booking.com or whatever and found the cheapest accommodation around the area I was going to end up and booked that. And oftentimes it ended up being in some kind of a fortress or a moated area, which is very cool, especially for Americans who don't get stuff like this. However, it makes navigating to your hotel pretty tricky on a motorcycle. Navigation doesn't work that well. There's a lot of one-way streets. There's a lot of foot traffic. There's a lot of cobblestones. So just make sure that you have a plan before you arrive because, shocking, I almost never had a plan. And I ended up circling around Montepulciano in its entirety about 3 times before I figured out where to park. After the day that I had, it was an honest nightmare. I was struggling, and I don't want the same for you. So learn from my mistakes and just turn on that satellite view before you go. I couldn't find the parking on my own. In fact, it ended up being underground, which was even more confusing. But I asked the owner of the hotel how to get there, and he explained it pretty well. So on my 4th lap around the castle, I did manage to find the parking that he was talking about. And it's a really good thing that I got there when I did because the roads were about to be completely shut down for whatever this is.
right, I asked the old Juggle machine what this barrel racing is about. This is what the AI says. All hail. Montepulciano's Bravio de Boti is an annual barrel rolling race held on the last Sunday of August, where the town's 8 districts compete to roll heavy, empty wine barrels uphill through the historic center to Piazza Grande. Concludes the week-long festivities honoring the town's wine traditions and its patron saint, St. John. Teams of 2 pushing a barrel called Spingatori represent each of Montepulciano's 8 districts. The barrels weigh 175 pounds, and they push it 1.8 kilometers. If they win a painted cloth banner of the patron saint, St. John the Baptist. Doesn't seem worth it. Anyway, seems really fucking cool, actually. Lucky me.
I call this video portrait of a lady. Stupid, sorry. Tonight would have really been the perfect night to just stay in a roadside motel. Today and tomorrow are my last long haul days. I should have just played it easy. Instead, I chose a hotel inside of a castle with complicated parking, and I circumnavigated the entirety of the fortress 3 times to find a parking. Extra half an hour on the bike, which after 9 hours total, not what I was looking for. But why would we be logical and simple when we could be complicated and over the top and unreasonable? I don't know. I can't explain myself. No one really can, not even my mother. Bless her. This is quite the hotel. It is very much a hotel inside of a castle. All right, I think it's time for the big reveal. I am left with 1 pair of pants that is not my Kevlar. I have not been wearing my Kevlar, but now I will have to wear my Kevlar. Anyways, let's see the damage. I've already seen it, of course, because all of my things were splayed out in the front entrance to the service, basically gas station, basically an AMP. Elizabeth had to stay in a fucking medieval castle. Those are by far the worst church bells I've ever heard, besides the ones in Bali. They have like a reverb to them that is unpleasant. Time for the big reveal. And I just want to say that this is devastating. I love these pants. There's a nice big burnt hole. Oh man, it smells. And of course, there. I mean, could this be fashion? I don't think fashion is supposed to smell. That is 1 pair. This is the other. Hello. I feel like Billy Crystal in Princess Bride when he's answering the door when Wesley has been poisoned. Yes, so each pair of pants has 8 holes in them because of how they were folded, like a paper snowflake. I also lost a fair amount of my toiletries, which is a real shame. My not cheap makeup. The glass basically melted. The glass container of makeup, like foundation, was gone, and I think it probably fell out from the bottom of the motorcycle, like on the freeway. Anyways, I have sunscreen, I have a toothbrush, I have my hairbrush, which is great, toothpaste, Q-tips. Wait. Some mascara. It feels like it's empty though. It maybe cooked to the sides of the... Yeah, it's empty. That is bizarre. I guess that's trash. No mascara. Let's see. I have a lipstick. Oh, it's intact. Of course, the one thing that I really haven't been wearing and probably won't. Anyways, you know, the saddlebags, they've been on a lot of trips with me. They've done me well. I'm sure that you're supposed to use luggage racks with that. I'm positive, look, but I've done thousands and thousands and thousands of miles with these bags and this has never happened. Furthermore, when I go off-road, it is nice to not have luggage racks because I have put the bikes down on my legs before and because they're soft, my legs are not hurt. But, you know, I must have made a mistake somewhere along the way and I don't think that it's the bag's fault. I think it's probably my fault. It could have been worse. So hopefully this is the only thing for this week.
Next time on Later Lizzie, Mom finally makes it to Lake Como and hits a major rain delay.
Does it fit you?
Stay tuned.